Howdy ho, guys. So, the last time we were working on this 55, we had a little problem, which was the motor plate had these diagonal holes, and I needed a different one. Now I have the different one. So, we're going to get into fitting this and get into a mid plate today. And hopefully by the end of the day, we're going to have a HEMI in this frame. One other special thing about today is we've got in the house Dirty Mike. He's been in previous videos like Dirty Mike installs a roll cage. What do you think, Mike?
Well, I'm ready to get after this 55. Yet another one. Tear it up.
You gonna do any more videos of your wagon?
Yes, I'm working on it. It's up and running. I do have a couple of videos that I am finishing up, editing, putting together, and I will have them posted here soon at Dirty Mike. So the channel name is Dirty Mike and the Boys. If you guys want to check it out, all the updates for that car will be over there on that channel now. So
it's at Dirty Mike. All right, guys. So we're gonna get to fitting this motor plate in, and obviously it's not gonna fit. We got to do some trimming. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work very slowly at this, in hopes of not removing too much material and leaving ourselves some options. So basically, we need to trim. Just kind of looking at this, we need to trim from the back side here. You know, we've got this angle moving up on both sides, and then it needs to go about 4 inches back. So the plate's actually going to come right in this area. That's and we've got the suspension tower in the way. We'll probably hang the upper control arms once we get this trimmed out, and see kind of where we're going to wind up. We're a lot closer, aren't we? Now, we're going to head back over to the saw. I'm actually going to cut on the outside of that line. Give us just a little more room. We'll see how it fits after that. Now we're getting close. $30. we got our brackets off the plasma. Basically gonna set just in here like this. Put on the back side of that plate. So I'm going to lay out the holes here. Well, I'm going to throw some clamps on this. We're going to pre-drill the holes, and then I'll move these brackets to the rear, bolt them in, and then we'll get them tacked, pull everything out. Got it?
Yep.
All right, guys. So as it goes, the big block is actually technically mounted permanently right now. So I'm gonna do some marks, and we're gonna kind of play with how we can trim this motor plate up to make it a little more sexy. And we're gonna move on to the HEMI, I believe. I don't know.
Oh, Bella.
Tracks, go away. Go away.
All right, I'm close to hitting the pan.
Three-phased, engaged.
Ta-da!
So you might notice these look like shit right now. However, you'll also notice that I left a black line around both of them. So we're going to drill these two holes out. I'm going to bolt these together. I'm going to finish them in the grinder. Probably work them back over to the saw prior to that too. And anything that's way out of shape, and I'll basically slab off and get them real close to each other before we go to the grinder. Close enough. All right, guys. So after fiddling with some fastener length, we've kind of got a good idea how this is going to lay out. Um, so as this is sitting in there, we can really kind of see how this is all going to line up. But what I'm going to do is I've got some spacer stock, and we're going to space here. So between the big block chevy, the back of the big block chevy mount, and the HEMI motor plate, we're just going to put a spacer in there, and then we're going to add another pair of these brackets behind the HEMI motor mount in order to firm this up. And these two mounts, they'll be completely out of the way of anything else we got going on for the build. So I'm going to trim these up in the lathe and get them cut to length. And we're going to see if we can make something work here. Touch down. Well, guys, we have a HEMI mounted in this 55 Chevy chassis. Mike, how do you think it came along?
Not too shabby. A lot quicker than I was expecting it to, especially for it being being able to accept a big block Chevy or a Hemi.
Yeah. So basically, not basically, they are. This chassis is set up for a big block Chevy or a Hemi with the same bolts. That's and that's a big reason why we elected to go to the motor plates, because we could do that adaptation without some crazy weird motor mount. Um, Very simple in and out. So I think this is going to work out really well. um, Next episode, we're going to hang the front suspension on this thing, and I think at that point we're ready to set a body on it. So stick around, keep watching back, looking for updates on this thing. We're gonna really we're trying to get this car out of my shop in the next, I don't know, couple months. So month or two would be pretty fantastic. But again, we're just kind of working on it in our spare time too. So, but I think this Hemi, it looks freaking great in there. It's as blown, first and second gen Hemis do. Just got a ton of freaking personality. Like it just wants to jump off the table as it is. So, well, we'll catch you in the next one. We're hanging that front suspension. We'll yeah, if you haven't, like, subscribe, do the things. Anything else you got to say, Mike?
Turn on your notifications so that way when it posts, you got it.
Yeah, that really helps the channel out. So, all right, well, catch you guys later.